Welcome to the Life Stories channel. Today, in this familiar space, we'll explore the short story The Lustful Landlady, a journey about desires, temptations, and the profound lessons of finding inner peace amidst life's turbulence. I hope this story brings you meaningful moments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support us. And now, let's step into the world of this tale together. The plane had just landed at the airport when James was greeted by his two uncles. As he stepped into the waiting taxi, one of them turned to him and asked, "Is this your first time here, nephew?" "Yes, it's my first time," James replied. "Your parents told me you're here to find a job, right?" "There's plenty of work where I am. Whatever you want to try, go for it. If it doesn't work out, just switch to something else." "Thank you, I'll do my best. After that, I'll stay at your place, right? We'll take care of your meals. Just come home from work and eat." "Thank you, but I came here to live independently, so I'll probably rent a place." "If that's the case, stay with us for a few days first. You can look for a job and a place to rent at the same time." "All right, I'll rely on you for a few days then." "How old are you now?" "I'm 25 this year." 25 already? Time flies. When I last visited the North, you were still a tiny kid. Do you have a girlfriend yet?" "No, not yet." "What? A 25-year-old guy and still shy about it? Tell me the truth." "I really don't have one." "Then find someone here to date. No rush, take your time." A few days later, James finally found a decent rental place and a stable job working for his uncle. That day marked his first time moving his belongings into the new place, a row of 6 two-story rental units. James's room was the first one on the ground floor, right next to the landlady's. "Are you staying long?" the landlady asked. "I'm not sure yet, but I'd guess about 6 months," James replied. "Then pay me 3 months' rent up front, okay?" "Yes, The landlady seemed quite friendly. Her name was Helen, and she looked youthful, with a well-proportioned figure and a face that still retained its springtime charm. Her hair, streaked with a few strands of silver, and the faint wrinkles on her face didn't age her at all. She dressed simply, often in plain clothes typical of older women, which made her seem closer to her real age, a 52-year-old woman. James's life gradually settled into a routine, working in the morning, returning home at night, and spending weekends cooped up in his room. With no friends around, only the occasional visits from his uncles broke the monotony. Nothing about this new city seemed to excite him. 2 weeks passed so quickly that no one seemed to notice, until one day, as James returned from work, Helen called out, "Hey, come here. I need your help." "What's up?" "Help me lift this table so I can pull out the rug underneath." Helen bent down, struggling to yank the rug free. James watched as she swayed back and forth, her loose-fitting shirt revealing more than intended. In that moment, he couldn't help but stare, and something inside him stirred. Embarrassed, he held the table tighter. Just then, Helen looked up, catching him staring, and noticed the bulge in his pants. James turned away, mortified. After pulling the rug out, Helen stood up. "Put the table down now." "Thanks. Here's some water, sit and rest a bit." "Thank you." "So, how's it been living here for a while?" "The first few days were tough since I had to do everything myself, but I'm used to it now. It's great, no complaints." "Good to hear. So, it's just me here at the rental. Where's your husband?" him. Who knows? He might be off somewhere with another woman. He left me when I was pregnant with his child. That's awful. Men can be so terrible, playing around and then abandoning you. That's why I always tell my daughter to stay cautious until marriage. You wouldn't do that, would you? No, if I ever got someone pregnant, I'd take responsibility. That's what all men say at first, until it happens, and they vanish. Have you had a girlfriend yet? No, I haven't. So, have you ever, done it? No, I've never had a girlfriend, so how could I? 25 years old and you've never tasted life. Don't you want to? I do, but I don't have a girlfriend. And going out carelessly. I'm terrified of diseases, so I've stayed clean until now. You're young, don't hold back too much. Live it up, or you'll regret it when you're old. Look at me, wanting it but with no one to share it with. Why say that? You're still young, plenty of guys out there would want you. Who'd want an old, ugly woman like me? Don't say that. You're still attractive. Honestly, I'd want a girl like you someday, someone resilient, still beautiful despite being betrayed, and not remarrying. People might guess you're just over 30. If my future wife could stay as youthful as you at your age, that'd be amazing. You're flattering me now. I know how you men are. No, I mean it. When I first met you, I thought you were just over 30. Helen lowered her head, and James saw tears rolling down her cheeks. Worried he'd said something wrong, he froze. Suddenly, Helen stepped closer. You really think that? Yes, absolutely. Then tonight, come eat with me, as a thank you for helping. But come when no one's around, okay? Why's that? If I invite you openly, the others might think I'm playing favorites. Then they'll all want free meals, and I can't handle that. Got it? I'll shower first and sneak over when it's quiet. James bathed, dressed, and waited until the rental row was silent before slipping into Helen's room. You're here. Sit down, let's eat. Helen sat close to James, serving him rice and food. She'd changed into a short pair of pants that showed off her smooth, white legs and a sleeveless top, braless, no less. Is the food good? Does it suit your taste? She asked. It's delicious. Good, eat up, build your strength. James quietly finished 3 bowls of rice. Afterward, Helen spoke again. Thanks for helping me today. It's no big deal, right? No trouble at all. Anytime you need help, just call me, I'll do anything for you. Thank you. Growing up, only my parents were this kind to me. Yet I left them for a rotten man like that. Tears streamed down her face again. Don't be sad. As long as I'm here, I'll be the man that jerk wasn't, I'll take care of you. Hearing this, Helen couldn't hold back. She threw her arms around James, her fragrant hair overwhelming his senses. His body burned with sudden emotion. Sorry, I got carried away, she said. It's fine. Have you always lived like this? My daughter used to live with me, but now she's at university, so it's just me. It gets lonely, none of the tenants stick around or treat me as well as you do. James said nothing more, just gently took her trembling hand. Helen felt its warmth and leaned closer, gazing into his eyes. Do you like me? Yes. Everything you said earlier, was it true? Every word. Helen smiled, overjoyed, and pulled James's face closer until he could feel her rapid breaths. You really haven't done it. No, I've wanted to, but never with anyone. Hesitating, she asked, would you, with me? James was stunned by her words, unsure how to respond. Seeing his hesitation, Helen pulled back, ashamed. Forget I said that. Who'd want an old hag like me? No. James grabbed her hand. You're still gorgeous, anyone would want you. I'm just scared, I don't know anything about this, and I'm worried about diseases. Don't worry. I haven't been with anyone since that man left. If you're still unsure, we can get tested tomorrow. Relieved, James nodded. Tomorrow, after work, if nothing comes up, we'll be together. I'll show you what you've missed in your youth, and make up for it. Teach me, then. I will. Now go sleep. Tomorrow, we'll get tested so you won't have to worry. And be careful leaving, no one should know you're here. Understood. The next morning, James took a day off, claiming a cold, and took a taxi to the hospital. Helen followed later, saying she was visiting a friend. They met there, and after a few hours, the results came back. Both were negative, perfectly healthy. All good now? Helen asked, holding the papers. James nodded silently, a fire igniting within him. What's wrong? Nothing, just wondering if we should go back to my place or a motel. I've got the whole day off. Let's go home first. There's a lot I'll teach you slowly. Helen's words set James ablaze. She left for the market, promising to return later, leaving him alone in the hospital lobby. Back at his room, he lay on the bed, opened his phone, and watched a film for research. A loud voice suddenly broke his reverie. Anyone there? Startled, James jumped up and opened the door. It was a woman in her 30s, not stunning, but curvaceous and fit, likely a factory worker judging by her uniform. What's up? He asked. Is the landlady here? She's out. What do you need? I'm here to rent a place. Wait a bit, she'll be back soon. Come in for some water. She stepped inside. You're from the north, right? How long have you been here? About 2 weeks. It's been good, I'm settling in. How's this rental? Any issues? How's the landlady? How much is a room? It's great, the landlady's nice, and for prices, talk to her directly. Good to know. I just moved here from another city after layoffs. A friend recommended this place. Where are you from? I've got a husband and kids back home. Oh, the landlady's back, let's talk later. I'm Lisa, by the way. Help me out sometime, okay? She left with a strange, lingering glance, leaving James dazed. Later, he slipped into Helen's room again, locking the door behind him. I've been thinking about us all day. Help me, he blurted out. Helen, too, burned with desire, a longing dormant since her ex left. Their lips met, wild and unrestrained, sending James reeling. He collapsed onto a chair, overwhelmed by the taste of this inexperienced youth. You're learning fast, she teased. Already so skilled. It's because I have a great teacher. I love you, can we do this every day? As long as you don't think I'm old and ugly, anytime you want. How could you be? You're the most beautiful woman to me. Then move in with me. I'll cook for you, care for you like a mother, or a wife. Don't say that. You've got a future ahead, I'll just be here for now. I want you to find someone worthy, not waste your youth on me. Then I'll call you Mom, a sugar mama, how's that? Helen didn't object, accepting him as a sort of son, though the intimacy left her uneasy about the mom label. Seeing her tension, James reassured her. Don't overthink it. We're not really mother and son. Plenty of guys call older women that, it's fine. Live freely with me. Her expression softened. Wait here. I'll wash up and serve dinner. Damn, it's all cold now. Back in his quiet room, James showered, washing away the remnants of their encounter, then prepared for work and slept. In the stillness, a woman's voice echoed in his ears. At first, he thought it was his imagination, excited for Helen's weekend promise. But it grew clearer, Lisa's voice. With only 6 rooms, 3 upstairs, 3 down, and Helen's separate unit, the upstairs empty, it had to be from the room next to his, where Lisa had just moved in. He crept outside, spotting a man's shoe by her door, not from anyone else in the row. The other tenants, a young bartender who worked nights and a couple in real estate, didn't match. The couple's room was dark, likely out. Only his and Lisa's rooms were occupied. Oh, yes. Her cries grew louder. James returned to his room, hands on his forehead, enduring the relentless sounds, gasps and moans echoing in his ears. He pictured her with some man. Hadn't she said she had a husband back home? Who was this guy? It wasn't his business, but the image lingered, haunting him until he finally drifted off 30 minutes later. Morning came, and as he left for work, the shoe was gone, Lisa's door locked. He paid it no mind and hurried off. Returning that evening, he saw Helen's and Lisa's doors still shut. Only the bartender was up, cooking for his night shift. Starving after 2 days of eating at Helen's, James grabbed his wallet and headed to the market. Just then, he saw a man drop Lisa off on a motorbike. Their eyes met, and she smiled mysteriously as the man left. Is that your husband? James asked as she passed. She paused, then said, no, a co-worker. Oh, I thought he was visiting. Last night, I saw a strange pair of shoes outside your room. Lisa flinched, her cheerful face darkening before she forced a smile. You saw that, huh? She leaned close, whispering, you don't need to know too much, young man. It doesn't matter who he is, husband or co-worker. Just like our landlady, both boss and mom to you. James froze, but countered, isn't calling her mom a bit much? Not for us, just for you kids. I heard it all last night, mom, and you two feeding each other so sweetly. Oh, and I saw everything by chance. While you peeked at my night, I caught yours with her. Quite the show. James stood petrified, pale and sweating. Don't stress, Lisa said. We're the same, both needing release, like partners. I won't judge you, and you don't judge me. Our little secrets, okay? You keep playing mom and son and I'll keep my flings. He nodded faintly. Good boy. I like you already. If you don't mind, come over, I'll treat you to a meal. But it won't be just food, and I won't spoon feed you like your mom did. How could you two do that? Gross. Go shower and come over, just tell her I invited you for a normal meal, so she doesn't get jealous. She walked off, leaving James reeling. Later, at her place, he sat awkwardly. Relax, why so shy? Not like earlier, Lisa teased. You're embarrassing me, he blushed. So cute. No wonder Helen likes you. She lowered her voice. Everyone would hear if they weren't out. Stop teasing, help me with the rice. They ate and chatted. How long's it been with her? Not long. Usually, guys my age chase young girls, or older women for money. She doesn't pay me, though. Really? I don't believe it. It's true. She said she'd take care of me, but I don't care about that. Like me, then, caring about that instead. No girlfriend must be tough, huh? I told you I don't have one. With your looks, who'd believe that? Bet Helen's decent looking too, I peeked the other day. Rare for her age. You're beautiful too, maybe even better at her age. Sweet talker. No wonder you've got no girl, you're broke, huh? Yeah, I want to earn more before dating. Forget money, love doesn't need it. No girls must drive you crazy, right? That's why you're with her, she's decent and teaches you that, huh? I'd never done it before, so I wanted to try. She's a blessing. Lucky you, no worries about diseases then. Lisa leaned closer, staring into his eyes. Do you like me? Blushing, he stammered, of course, I mean, a lot. Her gaze held him captive, lips trembling with desire. But just as he leaned in, she pulled back, laughing. Just kidding. My co-worker's coming soon, save it for later. You've been staring plenty already, keep looking, I don't mind. Relieved, James sighed. Here's some advice, she said. It's fine, but don't drown in it. I hook up to cope, when it's enough, I stop. Obsess, and you'll ruin yourself, disease or worse. One partner's manageable, 5 or 6. No control. I'd love to be faithful, but my husband's useless there. Helen's lucky to snag you, others wouldn't bother for free. Wonder if she'd be jealous knowing you're here. I didn't tell her, just in case. Tell her anyway. Women don't speak, but they hold grudges. She handed him a box with 2 pills. A gift, my co-worker uses these. Makes him strong as an ox. Young guys don't need it, but for your first time, take one. Lasts hours. James took them, thrilled. Thanks. You're so good to me, I really like you. I'm not that good, but helping builds bonds. I know you've liked me since you couldn't stop staring, dirty thoughts, huh? He laughed nervously, caught. Soon after, they left a motel together, him and Helen, staggering out like after their hospital trip, timing it so no one suspected. Back at the rental, Lisa was washing clothes. Back, little bro. Looking wrecked, fun with the landlady, huh? It's Sunday, no work. Too much fun, huh? Brain dead now. Quiet, people might hear. It's those pills you gave me, I couldn't stop. And she's leaving for her hometown for over a month tomorrow. So you two went all out, huh? Take care of yourself, don't burn out. I'm exhausted, I'll sleep. Thanks. Hold on, tonight, I'm hosting a hot pot. Just my co-worker and a friend, Sarah. Join us. Nah, strangers make me shy. Shy? You weren't shy saying that. Come, eat and recover. I insist. Too tired to argue, James crashed in his room. Later, Lisa's voice woke him. Get up, food's ready. The city lights glowed as he smelled the hot pot next door. Rubbing his face, he cleaned up and headed over. You look better, Lisa said. Come in. Decent enough, said a man, Tom, her co-worker, over 40, rugged and muscular in an open shirt. No wonder Lisa chose him. Hi, I'm James, he greeted. I'm Tom, Lisa's friend. This is Sarah, another co-worker. Sarah, petite in a plain tee, had a cute round face and fair skin but paled next to Lisa overall. You rent next door, right? Tom asked. Lisa says you're solid, help her out since she's new. Sure, we're all from the countryside, working here. I'll help however I can. Like neighbors, good to have each other, Sarah added. Stop chatting and help me. Lisa called. Right, sorry, James, set the mat, I'll grab the pot. They prepped and dug in. Where you from, with that northern accent? Tom asked. Hanoi, Lisa answered for him. Fancy. Bet you're a ladies' man, Tom teased. Stop it, don't tease him, Sarah said, seeing James blush. How long you been here? Settled in? Tom asked. Almost a month. It was rough at first, but I'm good now. Working yet? For my uncle, stable enough. Nice. Need help, just ask. Got a girl? Nope. Liar. Lisa chimed in. He says no, it's no, Tom said. No girl at your age. You're missing out. I don't even know what love is. Anyone got a match for him? He's a blank slate, paint him up. Tom winked at Lisa, then Sarah. Me? No chance, Sarah laughed. Lisa paint him black, Tom joked. You'd be jealous, James shot back. They grew closer that night. Tom and Sarah stayed over, Sarah with Lisa, Tom with James. Lying side by side, Tom spoke. You know about me and Lisa, right? Yeah, she told me. You know about me too? Yeah, impressive, flying high already and claiming no girlfriend. I don't have one, really. It's just me. No shame, we're the same. Both with families, yet here we are. Far from home, wife, kids, it's tough. Work wears you out, and these walls close in. No one to hold. This keeps us sane, tested and safe. It's temporary, until she leaves or I go back. If you're still here, look after her for me. You three are close co-workers. Yeah, from the old company. After layoffs, she got us jobs here. Sarah knows but holds back, for her husband. No feelings with Lisa, just beyond friendship, not quite love. I love my wife, she loves her husband. Maybe if we'd met single, it'd be different, a family, even. Tom lit a cigarette, smoke curling upward. Maybe we're repaying some past life debt. When it's done, fate'll split us. If she's still here, care for her, I trust you. Don't want her with random guys. Enough gloom, let's sleep. Next morning, Helen left early for her hometown, texting James not to contact her unless urgent, family might suspect. It took him 2 days to recover from their wild night. By day 3, an intense craving hit, no Helen to satisfy it. He recalled Tom's words, did he mean hand Lisa over, or something else? Shaking it off as drunken ramblings, James noted Lisa's pattern. Tom visited Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. But this Monday, no Tom. Today, still nothing, no shoes outside her door. Listening closely, he heard faint sounds from her room. Restless, he paced, sweat beading on his brow. Opening his window, he spotted the neighbor's tin roof. Grabbing a screwdriver, he loosened the window grate, climbed out, and edged along the roof's beams toward Lisa's room. There she was, alone, lost in her own heat, no man in sight. Suddenly, a flashlight beam flared from below, someone heard him. Panicking, he scrambled back, but too late. Lisa had seen him. Next morning, as he left for work, she was hanging laundry. Their eyes met, he turned away, ashamed. She approached, smirking. "Sleep well?" "Ah, fine, like usual." "Really?" Looked restless, tossing and turning. "You knew?" "Yup, heard you fumbling, thought it was a rat. A big one, peering into my room. If I catch it, I'll feed it good." "Don't do that again, it's dangerous." "What if the roof caved or they thought you were a thief and beat you?" "Tom hasn't been around, so I got curious. Heard you, thought he was there, checked from the roof." Concerned, huh? Jealous? She laughed. "Don't worry, Tom's busy for weeks. Want to step in?" "Stop teasing." "Kidding. You'd jump at it, wouldn't you?" James clammed up. "One night," she offered, "but with a condition." "What?" "Sleep with Sarah. She's miserable, holding out for her husband, lonely and pent up. While Helen's gone, help her. If you do, it'll just be us two later." "You said Tom mentioned something." "Figure it out. This weekend, Tom's back, get Sarah to meet you. I don't want her suffering." Youth slips away fast. Off to work. Stunned, James returned to his quiet room after work, reeling from Lisa's proposal. Back in his hometown, family sheltered him, 25 and clueless about women. Now, weeks into city life, it all came too easily. Next day, Lisa returned from work as he did. "Need help with dinner?" he asked. "Sure, change and join me." They cooked a simple meal. "How do we get Sarah here?" he asked. "I've barely seen her, how can I help?" "I meant care for her, not trade her for me. She's sad, I want you to cheer her up. You promised Tom you'd look after me, but I'm not sure you can handle her too." "I'll try, for both of you, even if it kills me." "Greedy?" "Fine, I'll invite her over soon." "Don't go too far, she's fragile. I don't want her dragged into this life, but leaving her suffering's no good either." "I'll talk to her. If she's loyal to her husband, she won't budge, even if I push." "Then you're off the hook." "What if she doesn't want it and blames me?" "If she likes it, great. If not, it's my fault, she'll think I acted alone." Clever kid, learning fast. After dinner with Lisa, a week passed, no Helen, Lisa's condition unmet, and Sarah a ghost. On impulse, he called Helen. "Mom, it's me." "Quiet, I told you not to call." "You've been gone so long, I miss you." "Bear it, I'm frail, can't return yet." "Sleep, I'm heading in, or they'll suspect." "Wait, how are you?" "Everything's handled here." "Just calling to flirt." "No, I care." "Okay, rest, I won't bother you." She hung up. Next day, Lisa said Sarah'd join them that weekend. Thrilled, the four, James, Lisa, Tom, Sarah, met at the rental, took a taxi to eat, sang karaoke, and ended at a roadside bar. No private moment with Sarah arose. Sensing his thoughts, Lisa and Tom left early, clearly off to hook up. Sarah, tipsy, knew it too. They disbanded. Sarah wobbled, so James, urged by Lisa's request, offered to walk her home, nearby enough to skip a cab. She leaned on him, her soft skin intoxicating. Embarrassed but drunk, she clung tighter. "Let me help, don't be shy," he said. "We're here." Wonder if Lisa's back yet, probably busy with Tom. What do you mean? You don't know. Them hooking up, right next to you. I know that, I meant if she's home. Pretending, huh? They're probably at it now. Sarah fell silent, her body heating up at the thought. James pressed on. What are they doing? You don't know. Teasing me. Just curious, wouldn't it be nice to be like them? No way. They've got spouses, doing that's shameful. Not to me, they're just late lovers. Lovers. I've known them forever, they say it's just need, but it looks deeper. At her door, Sarah collapsed on the bed, slurring thanks. Go home, she mumbled. I know you're lonely, you want it too. Let me fill that void. Next morning, sobs woke him, Sarah's, beside him after their sinful night. Guilt crashed over him. Sarah, I'm sorry, I was drunk, he whispered. She shoved his hand off. I didn't mean it, you're beautiful, and I lost control. Shut up. Leave me alone, dress and go. But I can't leave you like this. You did this. Get out. I'm sorry, I'll take any punishment, even death. No cops, just go. Pretend it never happened. We're done. But you. None of your business. I can't face my husband now, I'd rather die. Panicked, James knelt, banging his head on the floor. Don't. It's my fault, punish me, not yourself. I couldn't live if you. Fine, I won't. Go, I need peace. Never show your face again. Relieved, he stood to leave, but she called out. No one can know, not even Lisa. Say you dropped me off, went to a net cafe, and slept there. Don't let anyone see you leave. Got it? Sunday morning, he slipped out unseen, the rental quiet with sleepers. Fear gnawed, would she act rashly from guilt? Halfway out, he turned back, hitting a pharmacy. Emergency pill, please. Last night with my girlfriend, we got carried away. Last night, huh? Here's the best one. He paid, grabbed a sandwich too, and trekked back to Sarah's, dodging tenants. Knocking got no answer, dread surged. Had she done it? He burst in, finding her fresh from a shower, about to open the door. You again. I told you to go. I was worried you'd. What, think I'd kill myself? You're scared now, where was that last night? I'm sorry. Men like you, nothing but pain. Since moving south, such encounters came too easily, warping his view. Now, facing the woman he'd hurt, he knelt again. I'm wrong, do anything to me. Sarah yanked him up. The open door risked exposure. Stand. I won't do anything, but never again unless she consents. I promise, if you promise no self-harm. Fine, I promise. He rose, handing her the pill and sandwich. No diseases, I tested clean last time. We can retest, I'll pay. Good thing it's you, not some sick guy. A lesson for me too. Take this and go. Here's a pill and food, I got the best one. Please take it. Her face softened, accepting his offering. Relieved, he left. Back at the rental, Lisa was washing. How'd it go? She demanded. He sighed, shaking his head. What happened? I slept with her, morning came. She wouldn't forgive me. Wanted to die. I calmed her. What? We messed her up. I apologized, she sent me off. I worried, got her a pill and sandwich, barged in, she was fine, just showered. I begged forgiveness, She promised no harm if I never do it without consent. Lisa sighed. My fault, I just wanted to help. Rest, she won't see you again. Don't check on her, it'll ruin everything. Fine, I'll play dumb at work tomorrow. Exhausted, James collapsed, haunted by guilt as afternoon light filtered in. Waking, Lisa updated him. She's normal, don't fret. You look awful. I feel bad. She's okay, stop worrying. I'll handle her tomorrow. Don't take the blame, I will. You're her friend, I'm nobody. Okay, I won't, but relax, you look sick. I'm beat, head hurts. Eat with me later, recover. At 6:30 p.m., Lisa called, no answer. Panicked, she rang him. He picked up, dragging himself out, haggard. What's wrong? Still stuck on it, how's Sarah? She's fine, don't overthink. My head's killing me, I'm useless. Eat, rest. They ate in silence, her understanding his need for quiet. Next day, he took sick leave, lying in bed, drowning in remorse. Lisa still invited him for meals, worried by his state. How's Sarah? Met her, eyes red from crying, faking normalcy. My fault. No, mine, don't take it all. I'll confess to her soon. No. I'll bear it, don't ruin your friendship. Then what? I'm stressed too, she's suffering, thinking I'm clueless. Let me fix it, I'll face her now. He bolted, Lisa too slow to stop him. At Sarah's, he pounded the door. She opened, startled. Why are you here? Lisa said you're off, I can't let you suffer. Tell me what to do, I'd die for it. Quiet, want the whole place to hear. She pulled him in. Nothing, just go. I can't leave you like this, it's my doing. Yes, yours, but I'm not blaming you. Go, stay away, and I'll be fine. She shoved him out, slamming the door. Defeated, he trudged back. Lisa waited, reading his face. No words passed, they understood. James buried himself in work, taking extra shifts to forget, saving a decent sum. In 6 months, he visited home twice, gifting his parents and sister, who refused cash, urging him to save for a family. They wanted him settled, but seeing peers struggle with kids, he delayed, promising stability first. That promise died. A routine company health check revealed a terminal illness, consequences of his flings with Helen, Sarah, and Lisa. Positive blood results shattered him. Work continued, but shame distanced him. How could he face his family's shock? Too late to redo his life. As we close this tale of the lustful landlady, let's pause to reflect. James's journey reminds us that life's temptations can lead us astray, but true peace comes not from chasing fleeting desires, rather from understanding ourselves and taking responsibility for our choices. It's a lesson in finding balance, knowing when to indulge and when to let go, so we don't lose ourselves in the chaos of our own making. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next videos. Please share your thoughts with us on the lessons in these stories in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Farewell, see you in the next story.